Right guys, this is going to be a short video on something that everybody seems to have been requesting recently, maybe after my weekend league performance or just maybe generally after watching my stream, which is my 3-5-2 tactics. 3-5-2 has been something that I've played for approximately a year and a half to 2 years seriously. I started picking it up in FIFA 18 when I had a conversation with an IRL friend about which formation I actually like. I was playing general meta formations, and then I said, do you know what, 3-5-2 has the potential to do a lot of damage in real life football, and then I went and sat home and started devising how I would use it in FIFA. So we started working on it. It took a while. I don't think it was very competitive to start with, but last year and this year specifically, last year I went into qualifiers with it. I was competing. I went 5-3 in multiple qualifiers. I had 29-1s in weekend league. This year we started the first weekend off with 28-2. So it isn't just a meme formation that I play for fun. It genuinely is a formation that, at the very least, I think should be one of your 4 sort of tactics that you roll with when you have ultra defensive, attacking and ultra attacking. I think 3-5-2 has a place within that 4 setup. For me, I'm a 3-5-2 specialist. It's the formation I'm best in, but for everybody else, I think you can include it in your roster of formations, and it can provide you something that most other formations can't provide. So anyway, I'll stop gassing and we'll get straight into the 3-5-2. So, as I say, it is a 3-5-2. It doesn't set up any 3-4-1-2 or anything like that. We start off with 2 DMs. 3 across the back, left mid and right mid, cam and 2 strikers. For the tactics, we go balanced defence, 6-4. The reason I go balanced is some people like pressure on heavy touch, some people like pressure after possession loss. For me, I like to control when I am pressing. The 3-5-2 is one of those formations that you have to understand when you're in a point of strength and when you're in a point of weakness. So, if they're down the wing and they've got no support in the centre, you can double press all day and it's great. I want to be able to decide when I'm doing that. And if they get through and it's, a 2-on-2 and they turn around and it's kind of like they've taken a heavy touch, I don't want my players surging forwards because I've got my block set up then. So yeah, balance is the way to go for me in this formation. 6-4. We go fast build up. I think this is integral to the way that I play the 3-5-2. You can play the 3-5-2 without fast build up, but it's a very different style of play than what I do. The reason is I play for overloads. So I play for my left mid and right mid, transitioning from defence to attack very, very quickly. Most of the time they're overlapping the strikers, and either the left back and right back are being pulled towards the byline, or in some cases the left mid and right mid are actually just through, and it is literally that simple. If you don't run fast build up, your left mid and right mid don't transition quickly, so it ends up being some weird slow paced sort of step-by-step build-up, which is not what I do. I am pretty much transitioning from DM to cam to wingers back into strikers, and that's how most of it goes. So fast build-up, absolutely integral. We go 7 width, 4 players in box, 2 corners, 2 free kicks. The 7 width, I found when you jump up to 8 that your strikers and cam like to go and assist out wide. I want my wingers isolated, because I want their left back and right back isolated. Again, the 3-5-2 is built on overloads. You want as many players moved away from the centre of the pitch as possible because you still maintain your 2 striker and cam setup. So 7 is the ideal spot I've found. Players in the box is 4. I don't want everybody running into the box. What I want is my key finishers, so my 2 strikers, getting into the box, and then everybody else sort of lurking to create that semicircle of pressure to pen people in. And then 2 corners, 2 free kicks, fairly basic stuff. Onto the instructions. we go both strikers on balanced width, getting behind, stay forward. This is something that you can adapt to your game. It's pretty much what you would run in a two-striker setup. Obviously, I'm using Son and Sterling at the moment. I want them getting in behind. If you run a target man, feel free to go target man. If you run a hybrid player, someone who's a bit bulkier, but like a Lewandowski, for example, you can go balanced. That is pretty much your prerogative. I wouldn't run false 9 on a striker because it would completely mess up the way that the formation interacts with each other. But yeah, I'm on double getting behind right now and stay forward. My cam is just on stay forward. You can change get into the box runs. You can change interceptions. I would really seriously advise, don't put anything on position and freedom. If you put him on free roam, he'll just disappear off to the left mid, he'll disappear off to the right mid. If you put him on drift wide, he'll do the same. You need that cam to be anchoring your play, and cam is so important to the 3-5-2. Basically, you want to be playing through your cam as much as possible, allowing your other players to take up the positions to create those overloads. On left mid and right mid, we have comeback on defence, getting behind. Reasoning is if your opponent is slow in transition, especially possession-based players, you actually get to set up in a 5-back with 2 DMs. It's cheesy, it's disgusting, it is the way that I play FIFA. The left mid and right mid tuck in, which is why a lot of the time I prefer people with at least some defending stats. Gareth Bale, of course, doesn't, but that was a coins and a chemistry issue more than anything. I would always prefer players with defensive capabilities, or at least some physicals to win the ball back when they tuck in, and then getting behind, obviously, because I want them running at the wings as much as possible, pulling players or getting in behind themselves. On the DMs, we have one stay back cover centre. This is your holding DM. This person's going to be the one that isn't joining the attack. This is your reset option. We only play with one reset option in this 3-5-2. Again, a lot of possession-based players prefer 2 reset options where the 2 DMs sit, so you can just play into DM sidewards. This isn't like that. You're using, in this case, De Jong as a passing option, and then he's looking to play an aggressive ball into your attacking players. I really have been preferring an agile player from this spot. I've tried Sissoko, I've tried Zakaria, and it makes it tough because you need to be able to turn your defender if someone's pressing you. This is why De Jong is so crucial, I think, to this type of setup. And then we go to in this case, the RDM. These can be swapped up either side, obviously depending on the footedness of your players. But I've gone with Griezmann as my other side, and he's on get forward cover centre. And now this is the meme spot. Everybody likes to meme me about my choices, about taking Griezmann. Essentially, you could play. The player archetype you want here is a player who can dribble, who can pass, and who's got long shooting. And also a little bit of physicals to deal with any pressure from centre mids. Now, with those 4 things in mind, Griezmann fits the bill for me. He's very good on the ball, one of the better players I've used, actually. He's a decent build and height to retain the ball. He's got finesse shot trait and decent long shots, so if he is picking it up edge of the box, I am shooting with him, I am finessing to the top corner, and his work rates at medium are absolutely fine. High is also good. High medium is also absolutely fine. Players in this role you could use are players like De Bruyne, players like Pogba, players like Bruno Fernandes, players like Socrates if you want to go a more expensive route. Hullet obviously is the absolute man for that spot, but that's the type of player you're looking for. And again, I went with Griezmann. Some choices for chemistry, but I actually have preferred. I've used him last year in this role. His agility on the ball is pretty much unmatched from players in centre midfield. I know it's a bit of a meme, but I am actually serious when I play him here. I don't do it to joke around. I think he is probably one of the best in slot. Defenders, I don't touch anything. Obviously, I don't think anybody does ever, which is quite interesting. And then my goalkeeper, I have on balanced. I've heard a lot of people saying that comes for crosses, sweeper keeper's good. I haven't experimented with it yet, so I'm not going to tell you to do that. We just stay on balance. And then absolutely crucial and important, guys, please don't forget this. I kind of like it because if you're just skipping through the video, you probably won't get this. The most important bit of this tactic is when you get into game, you're pressing up on your D-pad, which brings up your attacking options, and then you go hug sideline, attacking fullbacks. What this does is it pins your left mid and right mid to the wings, which either pulls people out or obviously frees them up in space. And the attacking fullbacks, for some reason, seems to make your left mid and right mid play more aggressively. Not really sure why, because they're not left backs and right backs, they are left mids and right mids, but it works. So yeah, in game, attacking fullbacks and hug sideline, and that will round out the tactic. It is a very fast transitional formation. What you have to do though, and this is just an experience of mine, you don't want to transition so quick that you're not getting that overload. So a lot of the time what you'll end up doing is you'll go into your cam and then you have to delay like half a second to a second, then your overload comes, then you can play into the wings. It's not a formation that plays on the counter as such, although it can counter. It's almost a half counter where you go into the midfield and then all of a sudden everything explodes forwards. So that's my 3-5-2 tactics. That's what everybody's been asking for. This is what I've worked on for about a year and a half to try and perfect, and it fits my game perfectly. I'm not telling you it's going to fit your game perfectly. I don't know how you play, but I know a lot of people have been requesting it, so I'd be doing you guys a disservice if I didn't if I didn't show you the tactics. So there you go. That's my 3-5-2, guys. If you're going to use it in your weekend league, I definitely think it should be an include, especially if you're trying to get the goal back into the game. Let me know how you get on with it. I hope it treats you well. I hope it's not terrible for you. But that's what I've been using in qualifiers, in multiple top 100 runs. So I hope you enjoy it, and I hopefully will be making some more content on this channel. So keep your eye out. I appreciate you all for tuning in, and I hope you have a good rest of your day.